Hi everyone, I'm Ellen March and this is So What? This is where we talk about what we're sewing, what we need help with, some cool things that we have here for Christmas in July. We're closing in on the end of July. Can you guys believe it? I'm flabbergasted that we are about to start August this weekend. So that being said, I thought it would be a great opportunity today to talk about some great gifts that we can make for our family and friends for the upcoming holidays. So these also make great gifts any time of year, of course, and who doesn't love a handmade gift? Especially at this point in our lives when we are still social distancing and not able to congregate with a lot of our friends and family. It's a great time to just give a gift to say, I'm thinking about you, things of that nature. So let's dive into our fabric stash, to our thread and stabilizer, and create some fun things. So what I think is great to think about, especially in July when we are preparing for, gifts we might give in December, is to do what I call assembly line sewing. So that means choosing a project to make that is going to be universally appealing for a lot of our friends or our family. So for example, every year I like to make new pajamas for my kids. First off, they're growing like weeds and they always need new pajamas, especially pajama pants. And so I kind of do assembly line sewing where, one day I'll cut out the pattern or patterns, depending on what sizes I need. The next day I'll cut out all the pieces. The next day I'll do, let's say, all the side seams and the inseams for the sewing. The next day I'll work on all the elastic, what have you. So what I really love for assembly line gifts are in the hoop projects. So for those of you who don't have embroidery machines, an in the hoop project is a project you can make entirely in the hoop of your embroidery machine. That means the embroidery machine is doing things like sewing zippers, doing all the top stitching. Sometimes the project will have multiple steps where you're actually turning the fabric right side out or wrong side out, sewing seams in the hoop, and then doing your final turn and sew. You might have a little bit of hand stitching or something like that to finish it off. But for the most part, your machine is doing all the work. You're placing fabrics, you're telling it to do the next step, and all of your finished items end up looking completely professionally made, and you can have fun changing up the fabrics for each recipient, things like that. So I'm going to go over today a few in the hoop projects that I think make great assembly line style gifts to make so that you can do them really efficiently. Let's say you have a group of friends you always play cards with. Maybe they all get, an ornament or a gift tag that's all the same, yet personalized for each recipient. Or maybe you have a sewing guild where you have a bunch of friends who love to sew. We're going to go over a scissor case that would be great for all of those people. Let's say you have a bunch of grandkids. We're going to go over some things that are good for kids. So you get the idea. If you don't have an embroidery machine, I'm also going to go over some projects where you don't have to have an embroidery machine. You can just use a traditional sewing machine and you'll be just fine. So, I also wanted to mention too that if you're not into the handmade gifts, but you still want to give something that's sewing themed for, let's say, your friends that are in your sewing guild or your sewing bee or your online, virtual sewing group, that type of thing. Sewing themed jewelry makes a great, great gift for those types of friends. Also, if you happen to make the scissor case that I'm talking about, why not throw in something like this into the case? You don't have to put scissors in it. It can hold really anything you want. But I did want to mention today I'm wearing this rose gold little sewing machine necklace. It's actually a really long necklace, and you can adjust it if you want it to be a little bit shorter one day. So these are available at sulky.com, and I just kind of wanted to get that out of the way because every time I'm wearing something sewing themed regarding, as far as jewelry goes, everyone starts asking about it. So I didn't want to forget about my little sewing machine charm. So let me know how you like it. If you want to give a thumbs up or a little heart, or, just let me know how you like the necklace. And, if we should get some more colors of these. I really like the rose gold because I don't have a lot of rose gold jewelry, but I think it looks really pretty. Anyway, I digress. So today, of course, like all Sew Whats, we are having a great giveaway. Today's giveaway is a Christmas machine embroidery palette. Now, a palette, as many of you know who tune into our Sew Whats every week, a palette is a thread pack that comes with embroidery designs. Usually machine embroidery designs, but we also have some petites palettes that come with hand embroidery designs. And the Christmas machine embroidery palette comes with 10 spools of sulky rayon thread, and it comes with a bunch of Christmas themed embroidery designs with purchase. So basically for the cost of your thread pack, you're getting all these designs for free. So you can either look at it as you're buying designs and getting a bunch of thread for free, or you're buying some thread and getting some designs for free. So they are a great deal. We have a ton of palettes available at sulky.com. So the giveaway today, like I said, is the Christmas machine embroidery palette, and it's valued at $39.99. So in order to be eligible for the giveaway, all you need to do is engage with my post today. Like, love, comment, share. Let us know how you're liking the episode today. If you have sewing tips for fellow friends that are joining the feed, please chime in and let us know. I learn a lot from you, just as you learn a lot from me. So let's gather together and help each other out today. Also, be sure to post your questions in the comments, and I will periodically be addressing them throughout the show today. So if you have any questions on projects that you're working on or any sulky products and you need answers, we will be answering them live during the feed today. So, all right, without further ado, first I want to talk about one of my favorite sulky projects that I have worked on since I've been with Sulky is called Simply Applique. Okay, you do not need an embroidery machine in order to do Simply Applique. You can do the applique all on your regular sewing machine, and it's a really great opportunity to play with all those decorative stitches that you have built into your sewing machine. I don't know about you, but I hardly ever use all those decorative stitches, and I have this top of the line Husqvarna Viking Designer Epic 2 machine. It has so many decorative stitches, there's no way I possibly would use them all, probably, and I sew literally every single day. So this is great fun. It's a great way to not only experiment with all those decorative stitches, but also experiment with a lot of different thread types. So I want to show you the winter Simply Applique. This is a cute little snowman, and I like to call it a mini quilt because it's got the batting, it's got the all the applique, it's bound with really cute fabric, and I believe it's like 13 by 18. I could be off a tiny little bit on those dimensions, but it's like a little mini quilt that you can hang on your wall. You can also use the kit components for this wall hanging and make a pillow instead. You can use a different background fabric and make your pillow larger if you wish, and use the applique pieces to create this cute snowman. So Simply Applique the reason it's called that is because in the kit, all of these applique pieces, the little nose, the eyes, the little snowdrifts, the hat, every single applique piece you see on there that creates this scene is laser cut fabric, okay? All the pieces are already laser cut for you in the sizes that you need. So you're not wasting a bunch of fabric. You don't have to go into your fabric stash and find just the right reds to make your snowman outfit. Everything comes to you precision laser cut. And it already has the fusible attached. Okay, so that's why it's called Simply Applique, because it is the simplest way to applique. So all you have to worry about really is layering your pieces according to the pattern, and then you get to have all kinds of fun with your decorative stitches. So I really like this as a gift idea because, you know, you can basically do a little bit or a lot bit of sewing, of stitching, that is, of decorative stitching. You can just simply do straight line stitches and secure your appliques that way. Or you can choose different kinds of stitches and really, you know, go big with it. Now with this kit, you will get a spool of metallic thread, depending on if you get winter, spring, summer, or fall, because we have one for each season. You'll either get a hollow shimmer or a sliver or a metallic of some kind that you can really have fun with, you know, along those little snow wisps and things like that. So this is really fun. I like it as a gift for just, I mean, anyone would love receiving this as a gift. And you're really, you know, putting a lot of work into this. So you can also make it for yourself just for the holiday season. I do want to mention too that I believe everything I'm talking about today is on sale at an incredible deal. So our Christmas in July sale ends Friday at midnight because that's when July ends. Can you believe it? Friday. I still can't believe it. So you are going to get these kits at a crazy deal, okay? They're almost 50% off. So this is a great time to grab up all these things for the holidays and either sew them for yourself, for your home, to get ready for, you know, when you kind of switch out your decor, or to make them as gifts. So I will probably be talking about that sale a little bit or a lot bit during today's episode, just to remind you all, because it's definitely, you know, grab these while they're on sale. It's an incredible deal. All right, so that's the little snowman kit. I did want to show you, I have made this a couple of times. So this is what you get when you get your kit. So you also get thread spools, which I have scattered all over my sewing table right now. But as far as the pattern goes, you'll get the pattern, you'll get the layout sheet so you can layer your appliques, and then all your laser cut pieces. So this is what I wanted to show you. And you may have attended our Simply Applique webinar in the past. So let me know if you did. I saw a couple people came in with comments that they had received or they had attended this webinar, which our webinars are always available on demand for free. So you can check out this webinar as well. Now, this comes from a kit that I already made, but I just want to show you your little applique pieces. You just pop them out of these little fabric swatches and then place them on your background fabric. And like I said, the fusible is already attached, so you'll just take it away and it's ready to fuse in place. You can't get any easier than that. So that is my first pick for a great gift idea. And you know what? If you have a crafty friend, just gift them the kit. You don't even have to make it. Say, I thought of you. I thought you would really love making this. And there you go. A gift in and of itself. All right, so that is Simply Applique. Now, another cute little snowman we have here at Sulky is, I'm calling it the Snowman hanger, but it is another kind of wall hanging. And this was actually featured in a webinar as well. And this is a part of the little snowman. Isn't he cute? Now this is done entirely in the hoop of your embroidery machine. All right, so with this kit, you get all the fabrics that you need. And you can see the wall hanging actually has like 3 parts to it. It's not just that snowman. You get all the design files. You get all the thread that you need, including bobbin thread. You get some ribbon to put on your wall hanging, and you get this great book, which has tons more projects in it and tons more embroidery designs to play with. So grab this kit, make it, gift the project to someone, and then you've got this book that you can refer to make tons more things. So I'll show it to you again in case you missed the little snowman guy. Isn't he cute? So you can see the precision you get by doing an in the hoop project. Your snowman outline stitches are perfect. You don't have to worry about getting your zigzag stitch exactly the right width and length. You don't have to worry about those threads kind of bunching up on each other. I mean, it looks completely professionally done, and he's just so cute. So I thought you would enjoy that project as well. All right, so I have had a ton of questions come in, so let's go ahead and address some of them. Dee Dee says, I'll gift the kit so they can make it for me. That's a great idea. Oh, it's a gift that keeps on giving. Bobby says, I have made this snowman. That's awesome. Love it. Okay. Don't have an embroidery machine, so I'm happy there are some items here that are for us. Yes, I will be. So obviously that Simply Applique is definitely for you. That is not done on an embroidery machine. And I will go over some other things as well. So, all right. Too much talking. Show us something. All right, let's get back to it. Okay, so I want to go over this cute scissor case I was talking about. This scissor case was designed by Sweet Pea Embroidery. It's absolutely beautiful. The designs are just so great and so universally appealing, like I was saying. Something like this makes a great gift for a group of sewing friends, right? However, like I said, you don't necessarily have to store scissors in it. There is a small and a large case, and you need at least a 5x7 hoop for that small guy, and then you need at least a I believe it's, 7x12. I'm so used to using the millimeters on my hoops, but you need some large hoops for these guys, okay? And the kit comes with enough fabric and thread and zippers and D-rings and ribbon and all that good stuff to make both the small and the large. So you can make one for yourself and gift one to a friend. So it's perfect. And obviously you get your embroidery design files so you can make, multiples of these after you utilize what is in your kit. So you can see the small one is kind of mixing and matching the fabrics that are in the large one. That little orange piece, becomes the little tip top there rather than the flower. So you can really have fun with using those great fabrics. So yeah, this would make a great gift for even kids. They can store colored pencils in there or just any of their little toys, things like that. Or, larger kids that are in high school, this is a great little pencil pouch, things like that. So this is what you get in your kit. All right, so you get all these great sulky threads that you need for all the little design parts. You get, like I said, the 2 different zippers, all the fabric and batting, and then you also get your Fabrisolve stabilizer. So This is all created in the hoop, and Fabrisolve is the only thing that you're hooping. All the other fabrics and batting and zippers are placed in the hoop at different times as you work your way through the embroidery design. Now, what I wanted to mention about this project is when you are adding the elements throughout the design, when it stops for a color change, most of the time it's stopping and telling you to add another element, a piece of fabric for an applique, the zipper placement, the top fabric for the zipper. You can see this zipper is added in the hoop. So there's no guesswork. It is your needle stitches right next to those zipper teeth, and it just looks super professional. So you see how as you're building the zipper case, you have to tape all of these things in place so they don't shift while the embroidery machine is moving around and while the needle is moving across the elements in the hoop. So I wanted to tell you what I like to use in lieu of sort of like a washi tape, or they do make specialty embroidery tape, like you can see that Sweet Pea used there. What I like to use is, and what happened to my scissors? I like to use one of my favorite stabilizers, Sticky Fabrisolve. I'm actually going to use this as the tape as I'm building my In the Hoop project. And what I do is I just cut strips of it in the width that the tape would be. You can go even smaller if you only need a little bit. And the Sticky Fabrisolve has a paper backing, just like any kind of other tape would, like a mounting tape or something like that. And you gotta get your corner started. There we go. So it has a little paper backing, and then it reveals the sticky side, right? So I use this as tape to secure things like my zipper, my applique pieces, and that way, if I completely forget to remove a piece of tape, which has been known to happen when I'm doing especially assembly line sewing, it doesn't matter because the Fabrisolve will just wash away when my project is complete. So I can leave all of my Fabrisolve pieces in the project while it's working and just rinse them away after the project is done. I don't have to worry about peeling up all these pieces of tape. Sometimes even after you've sewn your piece in place and you go to remove the tape, you've realized you've sewn over it a little bit and it's harder to remove, or you rip it away too swiftly and something shifts out of place and you've got to kind of repair that, right? So instead, just use strips of Sticky Fabrisolve and you won't have to worry about that. So that is my tip for the day. I hope that you enjoy it. Now I've got some more tips coming up too, but I just wanted to mention that because I do a lot of In the Hoop projects and I wish I would have thought of that sooner, but it's just such a great solution and it was really a lifesaver. It was life-changing for me, life-changing. Another great thing to have on hand when you're doing In the Hoop projects is the Sulky KK2000, especially something that has different layers of maybe applique pieces, because you don't fuse those down. You pretty much place them in the hoop and then there's a tacking stitch that your embroidery machine will do. Well, a lot of the times I'm using a print and I want to make sure the direction of the print is oriented properly on the piece, things like that. So I will use the KK2000, which is just a temporary spray adhesive, to place those pieces and make sure they don't shift when I go to start that that particular color or that particular part of the design. So that's another great thing to consider as you're using it. All right, so let's go to a project that you can either use your embroidery machine or you can use your standard sewing machine. And if you're doing the embroidery portion of it, you actually also need a sewing machine to complete it. So this is a cute little quilt that we have that is made out of all Cuddle fabrics. So you might be familiar with Minky. Cuddle is sort of like Minky. It has that really, really soft, almost faux fur-like texture to it. So this quilt is perfect for a new baby, grandkids, that type of thing. And it makes a great Christmas gift. It makes a great anytime gift, really. I'm not entirely positive on the dimensions. I had it noted here and now I don't see it, so I will put it in the comments of the post, and you can also find it in the item description. I put a link to every project I'm talking about today in the description of today's post, so you'll be able to check it out. So this is the Cuddle kit, and we partnered with Shannon Fabrics, so it's all these great Shannon Fabrics Cuddle fabrics, and it's really simple. You just piece them all together. And a great idea when you're working with Cuddle or Minky or something that really likes to shed and make its presence known, like glitter for weeks on end in your sewing machine, in your sewing room, you can actually serge the edges of these and then sew them together, okay? And that way you're kind of sealing those cut edges. But the great thing about this kit is they're already cut in the pieces that you need, in the lengths that you need, in the widths that you need, all right? So you're really just grabbing them out of the kit, putting them right sides together, and doing your piecing to create that, the panel of this quilt. So the little elephant guy is an applique machine embroidery design. And yes, you can do this in the hoop of your machine with Cuddle. You can even hoop the Cuddle, which I normally don't recommend. I normally recommend hoopless embroidery for working with Cuddle or anything that has a plushy high pile to it, because you don't want to crush the pile and get hoop burn. Well, Cuddle has a really great recovery for some reason. And the person that did this sample actually hooped the fabric, and you can't see any hoop burn at all. Now, when I created the sample, I tested out all the different embroidery designs, and I did hoopless embroidery methods because I just wasn't aware that you could hoop this particular fabric. I also just err on the side of caution, and I just really want to make sure it's not going to crush, because then, it's really kind of destroyed and you have to start over. So you can do it either way. You can try hooping it, because I have heard from Shannon that you can do that, or you can do hoopless embroidery where you would hoop only your sticky stabilizer and then position the plush fabric over the top. Now, keep in mind, you do need a topper, okay? A topper is a stabilizer that you put over the top of the fabric once it's been hooped. You float it over the top of the fabric, and that ensures that your thread sits atop of the fabric pile and doesn't sink in, all right? If you've ever seen a towel that was embroidered without a topper, you can barely see the embroidery stitches because all those terry cloth loops just mask all that pretty thread work. So if you use Sulky Solvy on the top of that plush fabric, the stitches will sit atop of the pile, and then you just wash away the remaining Solvy and it sits pretty on top of the fabric fibers till the end of days. Now, this elephant, the gray part of it is actually more of that Cuddle fabric. It's an applique. So the gray is not made up of a bunch of stitches. It's not super stitch heavy, and that ensures that your blanket or quilt stays really pliable and nice, okay? You don't have this sort of bulletproof design in the center making it so that, you know, you can't fold it or cuddle with it and that kind of thing. So, so yeah. Oh, also, I have been informed we have only 2 of these left now. Only 2 elephant quilt kits are left. I feel like I'm on QVC right now telling you all that. It's kind of funny, but only 2 left, so get it while you can. Not only do you get that cute elephant design, but you also get a collection of other machine embroidery designs that coordinate with that little elephant. So if you would rather showcase the giraffe or the hippo or the lion, you can go into software or just enlarge these designs, or you can do a cluster of all the animals in that center panel because there's plenty of room to showcase lots of embroidery. So that all comes with the kit, and again, it is on super sale right now. So 2 left. I hope you all are able to grab it while we can. All right, so let's get back to sewing themed gifts because those are super fun and I love a sewing themed anything. So I wanted to show you this really, really pretty pillow because we talked about the Simply Applique, which is made up of all these laser cut pieces, right? Well, so is this kit. This is designed by Stitches of Love, and all these cute little thread spools and the bee and the little pin cushion are all laser cut. So again, you're going to be able to create this little sewing spray, let's say, and position it according to the pattern template, and it's going to look completely professionally done. You don't have to mess with cutting out all these tiny little pieces, and there's little buttons, and there's the cute little measuring tape ribbon, and that's all included in the kit. So you can create this for yourself. Why not give yourself a little gift? Display this in your sewing room or your patio or something like that, or again, of course, gift it to a sewing friend. So let's see. Yeah, and it comes with all the fabric that you need. It's really, really great designer fabric. So grab it while it's on sale. Here's all the things you get. You can see how the little pieces are laser cut. You sort of punch them out of the little fabric swatches, like I said, and look at all the thread you get. All right, this is all 30 weight cotton sulky thread on these little bit larger spools. So you're getting a lot of thread. You get your needles that you need so that you can do this by machine, your stabilizer, which makes applique so much easier, and like I said, all of that great designer fabric. So grab it while it's on sale, everybody. It's a great deal. I mean, definitely get it while it's on sale. All right, so there have been some questions that have come in, and I want to make sure we are addressing them. Okay. What thread did you use in your bobbin? Okay, I have to figure out what project we were talking about for this particular question. I'm going to assume this question is about the elephant kit and doing the applique embroidery. So for that, you're going to use the same thread that you used on the right side for your bobbin. All right, and that's just the 40 weight rayon. It works great. Oh, and I apologize. I was just informed the scissor kit is not on sale. Sorry. The other kits I'm talking about are on sale. I apologize. It's still a great price, honestly. You're getting, like I said, enough to make 2 scissor kits and all that thread. So I apologize for saying that that was on sale. Thank you for calling me out on that. I guess it's already on sale. I'm going to clarify what's going on with the scissor case. Because I'm told it's already on sale, it's already reflecting the sale price. So I will get to the bottom of that. I apologize for not being clearer on that. Okay. All right, sorry, I'm just trying to make sure I'm addressing all the questions that have come on. There are some great tips in these comments about tools you can use for in the hoop projects that make them easier. Someone says magnets, someone says hoop clips, someone says fabric glue stick. That would be great as well. Fabric glue sticks are just so great for securing zippers in any application, whether it's in the hoop or you're just doing a zipper by machine. If you've never used a fabric glue stick, they're very inexpensive and great to use, but I really find that I can use this even if doing a zipper by machine. Now this is the sticky Fabri-Solvi I was telling you about, because you can just put this on the right side, get your zipper exactly where you want it. You can sew right through this. It won't gum up your needle, and again, you can just wash it away. So I highly, highly recommend that you grab some of that if you do a lot of zippers. All right. Oh, Dee Dee's gonna make that quilt for her newborn grandson. I love it. Love it. Okay. Oh, and Deb says, if you throw it in the dryer, she's talking about the Cuddle fabric, okay? If you throw it in the dryer for a few minutes, it will take away all the fuzz from that cutting. That is a great tip, and I've never tried it. Thank you so much. I am definitely going to do that, because then you can just get rid of the stuff in your lint trap and go to your sewing. That's a brilliant tip. Thank you so much. Oh, and Beth says elephant quilt is 28 by 41. So it's great for a new baby quilt, great for a tummy time quilt, because they can look at the animals, and it's really, really sensory, a great sensory quilt, and yeah, I think you guys will love it. All right, so let's move on. I have another in the hoop to show you, in the hoop gift idea. So these were part of another webinar that we did last year, and these are in the hoop gift tags, and then there's also, you can see this is a little snowflake ornament. You can change up the thread colors in this if you want and do it all in whites and golds and creams and make it a really, really pretty snowflake. Or you can leave it as is and choose all these traditional Christmas colors. Your kit comes with these threads, the golds, the greens, the reds, so you'll have all that you need. And the ornament is actually freestanding lace, all right? So all of that ornament is done in thread. And then you wash away your stabilizer and you attach your little hanger through this loop and your ornament is done. So that is a wonderful assembly line gift idea. You can make one for everyone on your list, and you can put it on their little gift and make it like a little charm on the ribbon that you tie the gift with, and that is super cute. And then they all have like a matching ornament. So I love that idea. But also these gift tags, so that can be a gift tag, that can be an ornament, that can actually also be a luggage tag. And you can just tuck your business card inside and tie that on your luggage. So that is like a triple duty gift. I absolutely love it. You can put in a little note to the recipient. You can slip in a little gift card to add to the little gift or ornament, and those sew up really quickly. You just need whatever fabric you have in your stash, you know, to complete those little gift tags. Find some pretty ribbon. I mean, you can bang a bunch of these out in no time. So that is a great, great kit. You get all 6 of these sulky threads that I talked about. You get the Ultra Solvi. So Ultra Solvi is a water-soluble stabilizer that's a lot thicker than the traditional Solvi. So all your hooping is that Ultra Solvi. and your thread is supported, your bobbin stitches and your upper thread is all supported by that ultra solvy. And you can actually, when you're rinsing it away, you can leave a little bit of stabilizer behind. So don't rinse it entirely away, and then you can have a really stiff ornament. Or you can rinse it entirely away and it'll be a little bit more pliable. But it's still going to stay together with all of that pretty stitching. So you'll wind your bobbins with each color, and you will swap out your bobbin when you swap out your needle, your top thread, so that the back side is just as pretty as the front. And you'll get a pack of organ embroidery needles to go with this kit, so that you're sure to have a set of new needles when you start the project. Which a lot of the times I forget to grab a new pack of needles, and then I realize I'm going to do a really heavy stitch count design, such as that snowflake ornament. And keep in mind, you want to swap out your needle. I mean, what is the rule of thumb? Some people say every 50,000 stitches, some people say every 100,000 stitches, for embroidery, that is. Some people just say swap it out with a new project. Every time you're going to start a new project, swap out the needle. These are really good rules of thumb. If you're always swapping out your needle, then you just have a lot less issues that go on while you're sewing your project. I hear a lot of times people, you know, they'll blame the thread when something is going wrong. Like if their thread is bunching up along the bobbin side, it's, oh, this thread is terrible, or what's wrong with the thread. A lot of the times it's really just a problem with the needle, or a problem with the way the machine is actually threaded. So there are a lot of sort of troubleshooting to go through when that stuff starts to happen during your project. And so if you always are sure that you've started off with a new needle, then you've knocked out one of those what if it is this problems. So I hope that makes sense. I think I need another cup of coffee. All right, so let me know in the comments what your favorite project is that I discussed today. And again, remember, if you like, love, hate, sad face, if you comment on today's post, if you gave me a question to answer, if you otherwise engaged with today's post, you are eligible to win today's gift, which is the machine embroidery palette for Christmas. So 10 spools of sulky rayon thread and a bunch of Christmas themed embroidery designs. So make sure that you are engaging with the post, and I will pick the winner tomorrow to give people some time to watch who tuned in late, and we will surprise a lucky winner with today's gift. So I'm just going to check and make sure we don't have any more questions that I need to address. Okay, are there titanium organ needles that last longer than the normal needle? Yes, there are organ titanium needles. I really like them for heavy stitch count designs. Anytime I'm going to go through, let's say, denim with a really stitch heavy embroidery design, I choose a titanium needle every single time. Anytime I'm going through, like I said, lots of layers. So that scissor case, that's a perfect opportunity to use the titanium needle, because you're going to be going over the ends of zippers, and a lot of the times we'll have you turn your hand wheel while you're going over the zipper parts. And always make sure you're working with a plastic zipper when you do zippers in the hoop. You really don't want your needle running into a metal zipper, because I guarantee you're not wearing safety goggles and tragedy can occur. So make sure that you're always using a plastic zipper when you're working in the hoop. But at any rate, your working with batting layers and lining fabric and outer fabric and all those applique layers. So that's a great time to use a titanium needle. A very sharp brand new embroidery needle is also going to work great. But yes, at sulky.com, if you go to the organ needles page, you will find those titanium needles. All right. Are the gift tag designs reusable to make more than the original ones in the hoop embroidery? So with the gift tags, we're not providing the fabric. You need very minimal fabric for those, so we suggest you use fabric from your stash. You do get a ton of thread and a whole pack of stabilizer and a whole pack of needles. So you'll be able to create as many as you can using the thread there. I mean, you'll at least get, I want to say 9 or maybe even 12 gift tags. You could put 3 in a hoop if you have a large embroidery hoop and combine them into one sew out so that you can create multiples at the same time. So you should be able to get quite a few gift tags out of that amount of thread. Again, this is what the kit contents look like for that. So, you know, you've got your 6 spools of sulky embroidery thread and your ultra solvy stabilizer and those needles. So again, that is what they look like. So, and they coordinate. So you can create some ornaments, you can create some gift tags, and just have fun with it. So, all right. All right, Lynn says, I want to get this. That's great. Thanks for letting me know. Okay, Jeanette says, the Love Sewing Pillow, is it also in machine embroidery or only regular machine made? So that one is just applique by regular machine. So all of your pieces, like I said, and here's the Love Sewing Pillow for those of you who tuned in late, or if you just want a little refresher. So all of those pieces are fabric. They're not embroidery stitches. So once you have it all fused to your background fabric, you'll apply some stabilizer so that you have stability while you're stitching. And then you can choose decorative stitches. You can do just regular standard, running stitches. You could also sew this by hand, of course, if you love hand sewing. You can add little French knots to the bee, make little bee trails, contrails, I think they're called, things like that. So this is a standard machine sewing project. So, all right. Thank you so much for putting in your questions. This is a great opportunity for us to connect. I love hearing from you all. I love knowing what you're sewing. It really helps me to plan, let me know what you want to see, what you need assistance with, the tutorials that you would like me to explore, because I'm doing this for all of you and I want to make sure that you're getting the content that you want. So please, please let me know in the comments of this post. And also, if you want to connect with me outside of the Facebook Lives, you can always email us at info@sulky.com and we will be sure to get back with you. And you can also send just messages through the Sulky Facebook page and we will get back to you as soon as humanly possible. So thank you so much for joining me today for this lunch hour with Sulky. And be sure to tune in next week because I will be talking about Halloween and I'm super excited about that one. So I know it seems a little backwards. We're talking about Christmas first and then Halloween, but don't you worry, we will revisit Christmas. You can be sure of that. So have a great day, everyone. Thanks again for joining me here for this So What, and I will see you next time.